According to various reports, Starbucks' gross profits are about $24 billion a year. Not gross sales, gross profits. And there are 4 lessons from their business model that we as cleaning business owners must put to work in our businesses if we want to be successful. So grab a cup of coffee and let's break them down. There are a lot of places to buy coffee. So why does Starbucks get such a large share of the market? Because of lesson number 1. They make things easy for their customer. We all have hard stuff to deal with, but buying a cup of coffee shouldn't be on that list. So what does Starbucks do to make buying from them easy? Well, you can walk in or you can use the drive-thru. They have mobile ordering. They have lots of payment options, including on their app. Scan your barcode, get your coffee, and go. You can save your favorites so you don't have to build your drink every time. And the list goes on. And no, you absolutely do not need fancy technology to make tons of money in your cleaning business. Quite the opposite. But what you do need to do is adopt a customer-first mentality and figure out how to make things easier for them. Sometimes we make decisions in business to make our lives as business owners easier, and that's good to a point. But we should always ask the question, how will doing this affect my customer's experience? If it makes it better, then your customers will stick with you more and more. Lesson number 2 is this. Their product is very customizable. One of my favorite principles in business is this. Whoever understands the customer best wins the customer. So how does Starbucks accomplish this? By letting you tell them exactly what you want. My drink is very simple, but many others, like this one, are not. But does this mean you should create 50 different complicated cleaning packages in your business? Absolutely not. But what it does mean is listening to your customer to understand what their needs are. And as best as you can, provide solutions to those needs. This makes customers feel heard and appreciated. And just like Starbucks, it will keep them coming back for more. Lesson number 3, Starbucks has an ideal client. And that client clearly isn't driven by price, or they would never go there. Instead, they are driven by value. What gets so many people to spend $5, $7, or even $10 or more on a single coffee drink that will be gone in less than an hour? For many, it's this. They've been burned before. They spent less somewhere else and it was no good. Or maybe the product itself was okay, but the experience was severely lacking. Or maybe they didn't feel appreciated for giving that other store their business. People place a high value on both service quality and customer experience. And when many walk into a Starbucks, there is an excitement because of the experience they're about to enjoy. It's not just a coffee shop to them, it's the feeling they get when they go there. The lesson? It's the same in our cleaning businesses. So look for customers who are willing to pay more for a better experience. Lots of people try Starbucks and maybe never go back because of the price. And that's okay, because Starbucks knows that plenty of others will keep coming back until they give them a reason not to. And that is the power of looking for value-driven clients. Repeat value-driven clients are what make any business so much more enjoyable to run. Selling a cheap product to cheap people is easy. But that's not what's going to get you to your goals. And it's not what's going to lead you to being a happy business owner. But defining your ideal client and your worth, just like Starbucks has, absolutely will. And lesson number 4, employee training. Now, to be clear, I have never worked at Starbucks, but I did read a lot about their training programs online. And as we would expect, some people had great training experiences, while others had terrible ones. If you ever went through a Starbucks training program, then drop your experience below in the comments. But one thing is for sure, when proper training protocols are followed in any business, the result is a much happier employee. And among the reports I read from those who received great training, there were 2 common themes. Number 1, their trainers worked with them for several weeks or until they were comfortable in their job. And number 2, they encouraged their trainees to ask lots of questions. So what's the lesson? So many cleaning business owners take a very lazy approach to training, and many others simply hire people based on the experience the new hires say they have, and they never confirm it for themselves. Both scenarios lead to unhappy customers and unhappy workers. But when you hire correctly, which is something I teach my students all about inside my coaching program, then the training process can really be quite enjoyable. Is this a time commitment? Yes. But the reward is that person could stick with you for a very long time, and they will feel good about the work they are doing, which translates into happy customers. So implement a proper training program in your cleaning business, and it will lead to much success. So what's the big takeaway from this video? Well, if you're a fan of Starbucks, then answer this. How many times have you bought coffee from them? You probably have no idea. You just keep going back because you know you can count on them. And your customers will say the same thing about your cleaning business if you apply the 4 lessons we broke down. At the end of the day, business is about solving problems. And when you want coffee, Starbucks solves that problem. And they do so no matter how complicated your order is. So do me a favor, drop your Starbucks order in the comments below. And if you ever see me at one, introduce yourself and I'll buy. If you want to work with us and accelerate your cleaning business, then you can learn more at the link below. But if you're not quite there yet, then watch this video next. And let's keep building what you want together. Do you want to go edit this at Starbucks? I could use another coffee.